Hey, hi. Okay. So, the camera that I have, or the smartphone that I have, why I'm speaking so unloudly. Okay. So the camera I have, or the smartphone that I have, is going to run out after 10 or 20 minutes because it's only 90%, 19% actually. So it is not too much, and I guess like today, I didn't get the chance. Like I was feeling so sleepy around at 12 a.m. around 12 p.m. Okay, I was not like I was feeling very sleepy, so I didn't get the chance to read book. I didn't get the chance to complete my history book, which by Roshan Dalal actually. So I'm reading Roshan Dalal books of the pre-history, like from the ancient India to the medieval India. And you know what? Like I was heading towards the gyms with my friend, and something terrible happened. That one guy came to us and told us that you should have to give the money today or tomorrow, because if you will not gonna give the money or the like the gym charge, we'll gonna exclude you uh, by the gym. And I said like at least give us some try. Everybody give 2 or 3 days trial. He said no, there's no trial for that thing, and he was so rude. And it suddenly hit us very hard, and we felt like okay, now we have to change our mind. We will not gonna longer stay in this gym, and we will not gonna focus on kind of a gymnastic kind of things that we had 4 days before. Like we have to do gym and do that and this, but now it's not. And because of that boy actually, while heading to our gyms, we were talking about the how the irrelevant becomes the ancient history, and there's a meso irrelevant becomes the medieval history, and then the modern history. He talk about like modern history feels like it's a history about the India, because we only talk about the people that we are heard a lot of times, and that are like they are very related to us, like all the freedom fighters and all the British noble persons and those administratives. So it feels like okay, I know that person. And when it comes to the ancient history and the medieval history, it feels like oh, like okay, this is the first time that when I first started reading history, I didn't know that in ancient history they have the Vedic period. It feels like kind of a okay, that kind of a thing happened. I know about the Maurya Empire, I know about the Ashoka Empire and the Ashoka reign, and I know about the Indus Valley civilization. There was some kind of rumors that it ended accidentally, kind of a thing. I know all of those things, and I can manage to like observe all of those things. But when it comes to the Vedic period, I was like, okay, this was the kind of a thing happened in India. Then it comes that after the Macedonian Empire, when the Alexander died, there was a split in all of the Macedonian Empire, and everywhere in like it became the part of a lot of generals. Okay, so there were too many generals of the Alexander ruling all of those parts, and there was an Indo-Greek civilization there. Indo-Greek civilization was the empire. So, like I was not familiar with any kind of those histories, and at first it was feeling very kind of a very irrelevant and very kind of a not connecting to me actually. And also the medieval India, like I know about the Mughals, but I don't know about the Tughlaq dynasties and the other Lodhi dynasties. But yeah, like if I'm gonna read that thing again and again, it will be gonna come to me very naturally. And yeah, like when it comes to the modern history, we have heard a lot of modern history, like most of the debates we have in general, we have about the modern history, because it's a very early thing compared to those medieval and the ancient. And the thing is, we have a lot of data about the modern history. And like there, because there are too many idols, everybody has their inspirational idols, and they stick to their ideologies and talk about no, this is the real, this is the that. And that's why we have a lot of debates about related to modern things. And like if you compare to the Europe, they have that most of the debate also about the modern thing, but also about the medieval thing, because there were too many philosophers in the medieval things, and they like early modern period of the industrial revolutions. And before the industrial revolution, they have some kind of revolution of the French Revolution and other revolution going on the Germany. So can you imagine like they have that thing at that time, and now they talk about it still, like they should talk about those kind of things like the feudalism, the freedomism, I can say, like the absolute freedom that we talk about in philosophy. So like they talk about a lot on those kind of terms. We only talk about the history. We don't about talk. We don't have a great debate about the psychology, philosophy, economics. Actually, they have their thing. But yeah, and cause they have those kind of ideas to admire, right? We really don't have those kind of admirers whom we can inspired by. It's really like it's a big matter of thing that in every country it has to be some kind of a lot of players in those every field so that they can inspire by like the great one. So it gives a natural instinct that okay, now I can proud of something that I have, and the kind of they can own that thing in the world phase. So this is important actually in that way. And okay, I don't know what to say next, but mm, what the time now is. And also like I recorded a video yesterday but I forget to put that video. I don't know what, like I created a video about I created that thing day after yesterday, but I edited that thing and I didn't do did a lot of things, but I got the idea like okay, what I can do is that I it was related to the pan thing, about the startup idea about the pan, like if we can create a company related to pan. So I went to the charity, we told her that can you create these kind of things into how Coach Kazat animates his videos. Okay, so we have the Ghibli studios. Now there is a Coach Kazat studio, I would say, because his animation is top notch in terms of teachings and the like in the attraction and the colorful ways it has. And what a great thing ChatGPT gave me. Well, it was serious. You know what? Like I was watching our reels, and somebody told me like. The ChatGPT is not kind of a very thing. We already had this kind of application in the Play Stores, which can turn your photo into anime or the Ghibli Studio. But the thing, brother, is like in ChatGPT, I can generate my photo into kind of a thousand or even million kind of a different things. You know, like what I did actually like. Uh, 2 hours ago was that I was feeling boring at some point. I was at a family function, and what I did is like took the photo of the black hole and talk about like turn into in Encanto movie, turn into an Pixar movie and Minecraft movie, then turn into this photo into in that the Chinese animation movie which is too popular, and like they created all of that thing and it was looking so good. I can't even tell you how good that kind of a thing was. And also the course kind of thing. So like when I told ChatGPT to generate this thing, it's same like just how course Kazas create these things. And if you look at the course channel, they have created a lot of science related videos, and they have talk a lot about the black hole, and they have shown a lot of black holes in their videos, and compare that black hole to the black hole that ChatGPT created. It was the like it is the same thing. It is the same kind of a thing. You can't even imagine like okay, like I have heard that they have a lot of like they put a lot of time to create those things and then make the animation. And I did it just by clicking that thing kind of thing. And you know, like in future, it will gonna be very less taking time. Okay, so it would be too much great for the animation. And I have a dream. Yeah, Martin Luther King kind of thing. Cause like I want to build kind of a thing like for the education sector, the history, the psychology, and the philosophy turn into innovation studio where we can create animation into those subjects and solve that thing in that way. Like we don't want to use photos and those kind of things. We just want animation. We want a fight of the Peloponnesian War. We want to fight about how Alexander conquered all of those things. We can't make those things into a blender. Okay, we just want a 2D animation, and we can do this by using artificial intelligence in a very great way. And imagine like creating 10 videos, each has a length of 10 minutes and posting every day. Can you imagine like people took around 1 month to create 10 or 20-minute videos, because it's very time taking, and you have to think a lot about that thing. Now because we have the AI, we just have to think about and put our prompt to the those kind of artificial intelligence, it will gonna be boom for us. But I also know that it will gonna impact on the market, and everybody will gonna think the same. But I think I need the team, the best team, so they can make the better one compared to, like, everybody will gonna have that artificial intelligence, and they can create their own kind of a historical channel, their education channel. uh, what I can do is, like, I have to do the fast by taking the team. I have to do that in a very great way, in a very humorous way, and also the animation which I am going to take, which has to be very top-notch level, and also it has to be continuously growing, and like, in every kind of a video, I have to use different animations, so it would gonna look great. Uh, yeah, like, this is kind of thing that I don't have this idea, but now while talking to you, I have this one, and I can use this actually. So yeah, 10 minutes is enough for me.